In my short time on Earth, let's call it, I've always been kind of like someone who's explored different and weird groups. Like I've never been content to sort of like stay put with like these same people I knew from high school or like get a new job and find my people and get myself in this little clique where we hang out, go out, lunch together. And I mean, a little bit of that is just comes. I'm a little bit of a maverick wanderer type, but I also love the shit out of people, and so I kind of go out and about, and I'm here and I'm there, and I've lived in California and New York, and I've traveled a bit, and I love meeting people, and I love hearing what people have to say about life and love and everything else. And it occurred to me this morning. So, I have some groups that I'm a part of. We'll call it community, for lack of a better word. Things I've gotten involved in over my adult years, places and spaces where I know I can be myself, where I have a strong sense of identification with the other people. And let me just digress a second into this identification thing. It's like everything else. It's sort of like it's as important as you make it. And sometimes when people are like all getting weirded out about the identity thing, they're just thinking of identity in one way. And really, maybe it's not really exactly that way. So when I think like I identify, so I might go find groups of other women that exclude men, and I might find groups of people who are working on professional development, that exclude maybe like people who can't pay for those things. And none of this is exclusive, like you can't be here, stay out, although it is, right? But it's not exclusive in any kind of like privilege sense. It's just that these little niches are in our society, and I think they help people find their place. They help people feel that feeling of belonging. And I have a couple of those communities, and I spend time in that community a fair amount. And what I realized this morning is that as I'm hanging out with these people, I just was really moved by a feeling of how much I love them. And it's like a family, it's like a family outside my family where, you probably love your family if you're close to them. But then, you could love, say, your sister a ton. And then, someday you look at her and you're like, you're an asshole. Or like, but it's like that, right? You're familiar with these people. They accept you, you accept them. And I just felt this feeling of warmth. And it struck me like a bubble because I said to myself, I'm going to get up out of here and I'm going to go through the rest of my day and I'm going to be just a little raised up, more so than I would have been had I just rolled out of bed and went about my business, started talking, commuting, getting online, da, da, da. And there was this feeling like this time I spent, as I incorporate who I am into the greater whole, you know, um, I felt this feeling like when I leave, I'm going to be surrounded by a bubble, and it's like a bubble of love, but a bubble like the bubbles that you blow, the type of bubble that this community group of identifying people surround me with is that easily breakable. Like those little bubbles that you blow, you just go like this, and it pops because people can only take me so far to give me that sense of comfort and safety or emotional security. And for the most part, the rest of the time, the rest of the day, I'm on my own. But there's just like this sense of love when you know that you're in the right place with the right people and sitting in the right seat and feeling like life is going the right way. And I don't have that feeling all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, because having that feeling all the time takes a lot of work. But I have had that feeling for months and years at a time. But life is life, and life will be filled with loss, and the feeling of being darker or down will come again. But I need this group, this love bubble, these people to raise me up, and because they can if I let them. And that's the big thing. At the end of my caption, I said, you wouldn't it be great if everybody could feel like that? You can. It's just a matter of like letting go. And I think that's the hard part. We're taught to be strong and smart and self-sufficient and all this other sort of stuff. And the most amazing things have happened in my character when I have admitted weakness, when I've allowed people to help me, when I've said that, like, I didn't know what to do next, and I was out of answers. And that's when I became sort of like spiritually destitute enough to like hit a bottom and allow people to help me. And now I walk around for the most part in this love bubble of real compassion and commitment, and a space where I can always be myself. And I feel really grateful for that today. Anyway, so that's what we're talking about. Find some love bubbles, people. Don't let anybody pop them. Hope you have a good day. Ciao.